Hey guys, welcome back to another video in the series of bash scripting. And in today's video, as you can see on my screen, we are going to talk about the functions. So before moving further in this video, I would like to request that if you have not subscribed my channel yet, kindly do so. So without further ado, let's dive right into the video. So we're going to talk about what are functions today. Why do we need functions? How do we declare them and use them? What exactly is a variable scope in case of functions? How to call a function? Parameterized function, or you can say parameters in a function, how to use them, how to give them, exit status and return codes in terms of a function. If you remember from my last video, we have talked about exit status and return codes. And then we'll take a demo in this video. In this video, we are going to talk about 3-4 programs in which we'll take a demo on how to deal with all of these things and we will learn it. So, what exactly is a function? A function is a block of code that is reusable, performs certain operations and gives you a result. So function you can write as a block of code. You can say function as a backbone of any program. So whenever you want to do something, you do not write everything in a line of code. You write a function and you reuse it. There is a lot of reason that functions are popular. So functions are popular because on the concept of first is DRY, which means don't repeat yourself. So you can write the code and you can call that function. You don't have to write everything again and again. Helps to reuse a piece of code, thus reduce script length. So you do not have to write code again and again. You can reuse it by using functions. It improves the readability of your program. Modular approach. So modular approach means you can create modules and then you can make a call to any function if you want to do anything specific. Easy maintenance, as we have single place to edit and troubleshoot. So in order to make any change in the program, you do not have to touch whole program. You just have to touch the function. You have to make changes in that and you will achieve. Whenever you are repeating a code, write a function. So if someone asks you why do we write functions? So whenever you are repeating a code or you are repeating any number of lines of code that you want to do in a program, just write a function and make a call to that function. Functions can call other functions as well, and we'll see that in a demo as well. So we'll talk about the creation and the declaration. So this is how we do it. So if you can see over here, there are two ways to do it. So this is the first way, function and then function name. So anything that has a function name followed by parentheses or the brackets. So this is the first one. So this is a very basic idea. It starts with function. It's kind of a keyword over here. Your function name, parenthesis, and then you'll start the curly brackets or curly braces, and then your code over here. Or there is one another way. You can write a function name. Again, the same thing. Your code over here and like this. So there are two ways. First is this one, and second is this one. And how do you call a function? So whenever you write a function, you have to make a call in order to achieve something, in order to do any kind of operation. How do you do that? Just the function name. That is all. No brackets, no parentheses like any other language. If you've worked on any other languages like Python, Java, or any other language for that matter, you would have seen that when you call a function, you give a parenthesis after that, and then that's how you call it. But not over here. So that's how you call a function. So I hope you have understood over here. Now let's jump into the demo part. We have our Visual Studio open over here and let's talk about the first program. So in this first program, we are talking about a basic function. How do we define it and how do we call it? So as you already know, that function, it starts with function keyword and then your function name. So I have given hello world over here, parenthesis, and then I'm echoing hello world. And this is how you call a function. So basically what I have done over here, this is a declaration part and I have called it over here hello world, and let's print it. First of all, let's check where we are. Perfect, we are in the correct directory, ls-a. Okay, perfect. So now we'll call the function sh01 tab and enter, and you can see that it has printed hello world, which is this. So this is a very basic example. I hope you have understood it. Let me clear this and let me be ready for the next program. Okay, now in the next program we are trying to call a function from a function, so function within a function. Now that's a good habit that I want to teach you today, that always define your function at the top of your program, at the top of your script. You have seen that I have defined 3 functions over here and I have not called even a single one of them at the top. If I write second function over here and call it over here, it might fail. So the best practice is to write your function at the top and then call it from somewhere on the down in your code. Okay, now let's read this program. So let's not talk about these functions right now. I'm going to talk about the calling part. So my program will come over here. The control will come over here. Interpreter will run this line. Second function, the call will go over here. Second function, it will print. This is the second function, and then calling function inside other function. This will happen over here. It will call hello world. Where is hello world? Here. It will print hello world, and then what it will do? It will call hello worlds, which is this one, and then it will print this. So this is calling inside a function, calling inside a function which is defined already. Let's run this, and you can see that it has printed. This is the second function, which is this, and it has called hello world, which is this. It has printed hello world, which is this, and then it has called hello worlds, which has printed this. So I hope you have understood this part. Okay, let's talk about the parameters. What we are going to do is, let me clear this first, and let me be ready with the program. 03 tab. Okay, perfect. Now the shebang part. This is how you started. Define the function at the top. In this function, this is second function, and then what we are doing, we are echoing something which is $1. So this $1 is the first argument that we are going, the first parameter that we are going to pass from over here. Okay, and then this 2 is the second argument which we are going to pass it over here. Now how do we do it? Let us understand. When my interpreter will run in this program, the second function will be called with a second as a parameter. So this is the comment over here, calling the function with second as a parameter. Now this second will be caught by this $1, and then it will print this is the second function. This value will come from here, and then I'm going to call my other function sum. In this I'm going to pass 2 and 4, first argument, second argument. This is going to print 2 and 4. So let us run it, and you can see this has printed. This is the second function, which is this. Second value came, the second as a value came from here till here. This has caught, and here 2 and 4 are caught by this. So you can write it that way. I hope you have understood it. Let me clear this again and be ready with fourth program. Now we're going to talk about global variables and local variables. So global variables are the variables, by default all variables are global. You have to define variables before you use them. Here we have a function in which we have a global variable in function. By the name we have given a value 1. Do you think that its scope is outside this function? Not yet. Why? Because I have not defined it outside. I have defined it inside the function. So by default all variables are global, but my program which is going to use this global variable is not does not have a value assigned yet. Why? I'll show you. By default this function won't get called. Global variable will not be available if you're going to call them from a function which has not been scoped. So echo no value would be printed is my first sentence. Echo global variable in function. Now it's going to look for the value of global variable in function. Have we defined it anywhere over here? No, we have defined it in a function, but my function has not been called. So this value 1 won't be assigned to global value in fun, which is function short form. So I'm going to have a zero value, not zero value, null value basically. It won't be printing anything. But as soon as I call function, the call will go over here, the value will be assigned, and then this global var in fun will have a value known as 1. And how it works, let's see. You can see the first line is no value would be printed, which is this. I have called global var in fun, but it does not have any value. Why? Because it has not been reached over, no value has been assigned. As soon as I call the function, it has been assigned a value which is 1, and then I'm printing that value which is 1. So this is very basic thing. I hope you have understood it. If there is an issue, feel free to stop the video, write your own program, run it, understand it, and then move forward. Let me just clear it, and let's start the last program for today. So this is 05, hit tab, perfect. Let's talk about with return. Now very basic thing, this is you already know. We are setting a return status for a function. So this is a printed function in which we are just taking the first argument, and printing it with hello, and then I'm returning a value 5. It has no meaning, but I'm returning 5. Again, we have another function. So this is one another way which you should note down, that how to write a function is just one line. Add, I'm echoing a sum of $1 and $2. $1 and $2 would be the first and second parameter that I'm going to pass further. First of all, you have to write your functions at the top, and then you have to call it somewhere at the down. Okay, now what is happening? This, make sure that you have noted this down. This is how you can add a value. There are multiple ways, there are 3 ways I guess, but this is one of the best ways you can do. And then this semicolon is also very important over here. Do not miss it, otherwise your program won't run. Okay, now I'm calling a function printed with the first parameter as logicops. So it will print hello logicops and return a value 5. I'm not catching this value anywhere. Now I'm going to print it. I'm not print it. I'm going to call a function name as printed lab. It is going to print hello lab. Okay, and then let's do this, and then we'll walk through the 16th line. Let me run it, and you can see hello logicops and hello lab is the perfect thing. Now we are going to echo the previous function has returned a value dollar question mark. So what value it has returned? 5. So it will print this line, and this is how you do it. Now we have to understand that you cannot operate on an exit status code. You cannot operate on this. What we are going to do, we are going to add this line over here, and we are going to do a dollar and question mark over it, and we are going to add this value, and then we'll try to print this, and let's see if this works. Okay, we have already printed it, so it has not worked. Why? Because you cannot operate on the exit status code. So as you can see that it has printed what? Sorry, it has not printed. Adding 5 in the return value will give us sum is this, but it has not added any value because you cannot operate on that. So it has printed only 5 and not 10. Okay, but when you call an add function, which is a one line function, which is this, what you have done is you have given first parameter as 10, second parameter as 20, 10 and 20 plus 30, and it will echo the sum. We'll do it over here, and sum is 30. So this is a very basic idea of how things work. There could be multiple things, there could be multiple scenarios in which you have to use the function to make your things easier, and don't repeat yourself dry thing that you always have to remember. So I hope you guys have understood it. These five programs are clear to you. If there is an issue, feel free to stop the video, understand it, type your code, and then move forward. Okay, and apart from that, if there is anything that you have not understood, feel free to comment below and we will address that. So thanks guys, and I'll see you in the next video.